The fact that you've already started in this journey is already incredible. You already know to become a software engineer, there are so many headaches to go through. From understanding the theory of computer science to understanding all the tools and technologies that exist that can be used to help build your vision. I myself have been a software engineer for quite a while, and I would like to give you guys a bunch of tips that I've learned all throughout my life that will help you become the top tier 10x developer you've always wanted to be. I just want to let you guys know that all of the tips that I'm giving you are non-technical. There is a plethora of YouTube videos that exist that talks about the tips and tricks that you can use in order to become a better developer and a technical standpoint. But I think it's also important to carve the best mindset possible so that when you're putting any effort or time to the software engineering realm, then you'll be able to exponentially become even better as a software developer. So actually, even if you're not a software engineer, you can actually go ahead and watch this video. I'm not even going to go to any specific technical details. Really, it's all about soft skills and how do we make you even better in these abilities. Number one is asking questions. One of the weaknesses that a lot of software engineers have is communication. As a software engineer, all you'll be assuming is that you're just sticking your head through the monitor and just typing away your code, and that's it. That's all you have to do. And right, the majority of the job is about coding, that's for sure. But what if you get stuck? What do you do then? Of course, there's a plethora of tools like Google, Stack Overflow, and etc. that can help you guide you through your problem. But wouldn't it be better to ask the question to somebody that understands all the context and all of the issues that you're facing in right now? Because there is a huge chance that within a team of people that you're working with, there are people that understand your concern and they can solve the issue within seconds. So instead of you rummaging around the code base, looking everywhere for the solution, not only are you going to save yourself time, but you're also going to end up saving your whole team the time. That will make you way more efficient. It will help you learn quicker. And most importantly, you will start to talk to your mentors to understand more from the people that have way more experience than you. Heck, it doesn't have to be people that are your mentors. It could be your friends. It could be anybody else up into your level to just ask a question in order to unblock yourself quickly or to just simply get to know more about a certain information. Either way, networking is a vital part to your success. So asking questions can spark up some level of communication and to build strong bonds with people that have the same goals as you. Another mistake that I usually see software engineers do, they usually look at tons of information about new technologies, stacks, and whatever, but they don't do anything about it.
What?
The only way you can learn as a software engineer is to learn by doing. The best way for me to learn a programming language is just to simply have an idea in mind and to simply put that in practice with that new programming language. For example, I wanted to learn Node.js, and the best way for me to learn that is just to take one of my ideas. So for example, it was a trading stock bot, and as I was coding the project, I noticed that I was highly motivated because I wanted to build that. I wanted to make that vision a reality. And it was so good to learn about something while also working on something that I love, that I generally wanted to succeed in. So I highly encourage you to learn by doing, not only by seeing through your eyes, but exercising your mental capacity with the itsy bitsy workarounds you have to go through to understand the tool that you're using. And definitely when you work on a new tool or new stack or new technology, it can be daunting, that's for sure. And yes, you will suck. You probably do suck. And that's okay, because actually, we all suck actually. We all do. We just really... But the only way you can become a great software engineer is by overcoming challenges. Usually when you code something, you look back a year later at it and say,
what the hell is even that?
And that's perfect. You have to feel this way. If you look back at code that you've developed 5 years ago and you still think that it looks great, that it has no flaws, it's
practically perfect in every way,
then you're not growing as a software developer. There's always going to be these new tricks that you've learned along the way, and eventually you become more efficient as a developer. It's a whole journey, you'll see. So if something seems challenging, just go ahead, tackle it. Go beyond your comfort zone. It's important. The most difficult part in software engineering is just entering, it's just becoming one. To wrap around all of the new concepts already, that is so challenging. So the fact that you've made it this far, any other challenges that come your way, you should just just kill it. You should be able to conquer it without any issues. As I've said before, networking is vitally necessary for your software engineering career. Yes, definitely asking questions, communicating with people in the team can definitely embrace a better sense of communication and networking. But it's also important to continuously try to develop the best network possible to understand what is out there. What kind of projects should I be working on? What field am I most needed in? Because you can become become the absolute best programmer in the world. But considering that this field is incredibly oversaturated, you need to understand, where do you fit in all this place? Maybe you're looking to learn more about machine learning, and so maybe you should start looking into conferences or meetups that talk a lot about AI. Or maybe you're interested in the GIS field, and maybe you can consider contributing to open source projects that relate to that field, so you can understand the people that are working around it, talk with them, communicate with them, and maybe you can find beautiful opportunities along the way. Because long gone are the days where you can go on LinkedIn, apply, and in 1 to 2 months you got your job. It is getting harder and harder to compete with people online, especially when you're looking for remote jobs, because at that point, you're not just competing with people locally, you're competing with everybody around the country or potentially around the whole world. And one definite way to stand out is to already understand the people that are available that can give you these opportunities. And it's not easy to find these people that can unlock this growth, but you just keep meeting people after people after people. You contribute to open source projects after projects after projects. And out of nowhere, this one fella is going to come by your way and he just comes up to you and says,
"Hey buddy, I got a couple of jobs right here sitting. I need a couple of good engineers, so notice that you got the skills and I want you in."
And as simple as that, a couple of interviews in and you might be making 100 grand by then. But rest assured, a lot of grinding has to be done to get to that point. It might take months, it might take years until you can find those beautiful connections. But once you do, life gets a lot easier as a developer to find any business or job opportunities. And now we are at the last and final tip. You got to be up to date with all of the latest technologies that exist in your field. If you're a web developer, for example, especially in the JavaScript ecosystem, you'll notice that there's plethora of frameworks, tools, and technologies that can introduce all the time. And that's amazing because all of these libraries that come into fruition, they can all help you to build what you're looking to build much faster. The greatest example that I can highlight is all of those new AI tools you've been seeing for the past couple of years. ChatGPT, Copilot, oh man, the list is endless. And you definitely must take advantage of these tools. Personally, when I use these advanced tools, it literally 10x's my productivity. For example, with GitHub Copilot and ChatGPT, it can write a lot of boilerplate code for me so that all of the repetitive stuff that I usually have to write over and over again, I don't need to anymore because these tools will already put the boilerplate code that I need. And from there, I can focus on the business logic that helps my software become unique. So definitely experiment with the tools around you in order for you to become the absolute top tier programmer that you've always strived to become. And definitely try to learn the up-to-date tech stacks that are mostly used by other developers in order to make sure that you can easily contribute to any developer ecosystem. All in all, there is a bunch of stuff to consider in order for you to become the ultimate software engineer. Remember to ask a lot of questions to all of your peers around you. Always learn by doing, not by seeing. Embrace the challenges. Don't fear failure. Make sure to network with others so you can learn from them and also get amazing opportunities as well. And finally, staying up to date with all the tools and technologies that exist in the current market. If you apply all these 5 tips, trust me, you'll become the 10x developer you've always strived to be, especially if you put genuine effort throughout the journey. That is it for me, everybody. Take good care of yourselves and remember to keep your life exciting.